In 1941, the wall was built. It stood 6 feet tall, a foot thick, stretched a half-mile long. It ends a stone's throw away from the 8-mile road of Detroit. Some called it the Burwood Wall, others the Detroit Whaling Wall, others simply the Detroit Wall. But that wall was built for one reason: to divide people. On one side, Southern blacks had moved from down south, escaping the harsh treatment of Jim Crow laws and slavery. On the other side of the wall, there were middle-class whites who were following their dream, wanted a better way of living for their family, and so they began building new homes. The problem was, in order for these two people to live next to each other, the government said a wall must be built. 20 years ago, Sarah and my family and myself, we moved to the city of Detroit. It's a city we've grown deeply to love. 7.5 years ago, though, a man broke into my home. He was armed with a large kitchen knife. When I went to confront him, he ended up stabbing me 37 times after a fight ensued. I wasn't supposed to live. The doctors gave me really hardly any chance to live. But what the enemy meant for evil, God is now turning for some amazing things taking place. The enemy couldn't steal our passion, our love for the people, our commitment to see God glorified in the city of Detroit. So I am super pumped to begin talking about and moving forward in the launching of Arise Church that will be launched right here on 8 Mile in Detroit. God is already putting together an amazing team of people from all walks of life. I'm super excited also to have Chris Ratcliffe, who is helping lead this journey. Chris was a young man who was attending Wayne State University, played football. God got a hold of his heart and brought us together. And over the years, our heart has just literally has been knitted together.
I started listening to video sermons. I just kept watching them until one sermon told me to go back to the city of Detroit. I mean, the title of it said The Unpredictable Pathway of the Spirit, and how sometimes God will have you go places you would never want to go or ever see yourself going.
God kind of began to put in my heart to plant a church. All of a sudden it was kind of like everything kind of began to connect. Well, we just began not so much talking about planting a church together, but just about church planting.
And we feel like the greater testimony we've had with each other, we can make Detroit have a greater testimony too.
That's why we pray that on 8 Mile as it is in heaven. And so I think for the greater Detroit to have Arise Church stand out as a testimony of when you unite around Jesus, everyone comes together. And that's what our prayer is. We're believing God is going to do something amazing right on the 8 Mile Divide, right here at the Bel Air Luxury Theater. Let's undo history together. Instead of building walls, let's unite around Jesus Christ and build a bridge.